Chris DiSano here, Atlantic10.com and URI Insider, and I'm happy to be joined by Tress Berry, 6'4", 185 guard, combo type guard. Most recently played in Pennsylvania and committed to the Rams this spring. We're going to get just a feel for what makes him tick. And so first and foremost, how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good. Thanks for joining us. How's everybody on your end? I know it's all weird for us these days. We're cooped up in our houses. Some of us are getting to go out a little bit, but things okay on your end health-wise?
Yeah, we maintaining.
Good.
Doing good.
Good. Well, I think a good place to start is, we were just talking about it a little bit, but just Tress. Where did it come from? I think it's a good way to just sort of indoctrinate Rhode Island fans into a little bit of your background and that type of thing.
Oh, well, before I went to Christ school, me and my friend named Jordan Anderson, we would sell shirts. And we decided, like, we wanted a name for ourselves. Like, what could we be? We were going to call each other. And he wore number 22, and I wore 3. So I was like, let's call me Tress. Don't call me, like, Trace. Call me Tress. And he started calling me Tress. So when I moved to Christ school, I just took that name with me, and they made it even bigger than what it was. Like, they just went by it. That's what they called me in every article. Like, that's just the name they gave me. So I've been sticking with that name.
That's awesome. You obviously got to be able to put up and shoot from the outside. So fortunately, you got that going for you. Because if you couldn't make anything outside of 6 feet, that'd be a real problem, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
So let's talk about your last year or so for Scotland, PA. Can you just take folks through that experience and what you learned from Coach Cheney there?
I really learned a lot from Coach Cheney. I learned how to be a man and take care of my responsibilities on and off the court. He taught me how to play within my teammates and not just myself in the game.
Yep.
So I learned how to use, like, all of my teammates, even the ones that were on the bench. And I learned that when I'm on the bench, what can I do to help my teammates while they're on the court? So, like, that's just, like, cheering them on, like, making sure I dap them up every time they come off. It was just always the little things that he taught me, like, and I just took that, made me a better player.
That's great. Yeah, those winner type intangible qualities. What do you think, probably grew most in your game? You talk about those qualities, but maybe what one or couple do you feel you kind of went to the next level with in terms of playing under him?
My defense really, really, really turned up. I struggled shooting before I got there. Shot looking real nice now.
That's great.
Smooth stroke. So
cool. Good deal. Well, I know you had.
I feel like I got away with it.
You feel like you have. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you're good.
All right. That's what happens on these Zoom calls sometimes. It's tough.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your recruitment process a little bit. I know that there were several, major schools that were involved: Auburn, Tennessee, West Virginia, others. You've remarked many times about how Rhode Island just felt like a great fit to you. And I know that you came to that VCU game in January up here in Kingston. But what was it specifically about Rhody that felt like a fit?
I mean, I just like the culture there. I mean, I just felt like when I stepped on campus, I felt like I was supposed to be there already. I think the coaching staff, they just like everything felt like a family. So I just felt like I wanted to be a part of that. Coach Cox, he's a good dude, most definitely.
That's great. What other maybe assistants or guys do you feel like you made particularly good connections with when you came up?
I think I made good connection with all of them, the managers, the players. I mean, like, I just felt like I was already supposed to be there.
That's cool.
It just felt like home.
What about that VCU game? How excited are you to play in front of those folks now?
I'm very excited to play in front of them. Very excited. I'm very, very, very excited. I know I get a lot of comments on my Twitter about when I hit a 3, how they're gonna go crazy. So I know, like, my first 3 is gonna be crazy.
That's great, man. So, that's something to look forward to. Yeah, that's something to look forward to. They'll bring it. That's great. What about the URI campus in general? Maybe what were some things that sort of stuck out to you? I know you said that as soon as you kind of came there, you felt like, the guys embraced you, the program embraced you, but campus must have felt like a fit and like home as well. What was it about the school?
I just felt like I could stay locked in there. Like it wasn't like a lot of distractions. It was a nice campus, very quiet. Everybody's moving on with their day. I feel like that's somewhere I need to be, stay focused.
That's great. In terms of your game, for fans that maybe, haven't seen some of the videos, haven't seen some of the highlights, let's go back to the beginning. And, when you started playing, who were the greatest influences on you from a basketball perspective in terms of like when you first got into the game? Who were influences growing up? And then to sort of the start of this question, maybe just describe your game for fans. But I'd like to take you back to sort of childhood in terms of when you got rolling.
Oh, well, I didn't play until I didn't take it serious. Like travel ball wasn't like a big thing at the time when I was little. But my 7th to 8th grade year, a man named Bobby Mays see me like at a scores table and was like, you should play basketball like on a national AAU team. And I talked to my mom a few nights about it, but I didn't really like think about it. I was playing on a little local team, decided to go play with him, and it really like made me into the player I am, honestly. I feel like my mom played a big role in why I play basketball, and my sister who's battling lupus, that really is like one of the things that motivate me each and every day to keep playing because I want to make it for her, most definitely.
You're obviously incredibly tight with her as siblings. You want to give her a shout out or anything?
Yeah, shout out to my sister, Nora Berry. Y'all pray for her. Keep praying.
Now she's got another entire contingent of, fans and fan base and program around here, right around her and supporting her.
Most definitely.
What about your game? What are you going to bring to the floor on the Ryan Center and against opponents that you match up with in the Atlantic 10?
My game, I would say, I'm going to lock you up. Like, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to give you a bucket now. Like, I'm learning that how to play and get my own buckets, but also my teammates help them get buckets as well. And I'm bringing all energy. When you get in front of me, I'm going at you like anybody else. So, I just feel like I'm going to bring everything that we need. Coach needed 3. I'm going to bring that. I'm going to bring locking up like defense. It's no question. Making the right plays. I'm just going to do what's best for the team and what they need me to do so we can win.
In terms of your individual skill development, what are you working on these days?
Ball handling, shooting, my lateral movements. I'm working on everything. I want to be ready.
Nice.
I want to be ready.
Do you have a particular, are you able to get to a gym near you right now, or are you just kind of doing it on the side? How are you, in this crazy public health situation we're all in, how are you fitting that in and where are you doing it?
I'm doing it at the B Mays gym. We have our own gym in Knoxville. And I've been there, and then I come home, work out at a local school here, every night. So I'm in the gym.
Nice.
I'm in the gym.
You just alluded to this with sort of some of the things that Coach Chaney taught you and just your leadership. But Coach Cox, I talked with him recently, and he described you and fellow freshman Ishmael Leggett as culture players, winners, and dogs. And that must be nice to hear that. And what does that mean to you when somebody like Coach David Cox says that about you?
It means I'm going to do exactly what he said.
Smart man.
Exactly what he said.
Smart man.
I'm going to be that. That's what I got to come in and be.
Yeah. When you
so I take that.
Yeah, that's great. It's a high compliment, to pay, 2 guys that are, Ishmael obviously signed in the fall. You recently here in the spring. High compliment to pay 2 guys who are on their way in, because there are a lot of guys out there that can play. There aren't a lot of guys out there that are going to provide, the cultural bounce, and the leadership, to be considered winners and to propel a collective team forward. So it's high praise.
Right.
Yeah. As far as when you see, speaking of guys that are coming in, when you see the type of talent that the program has been amassing, over the last couple months, basically, how excited does that make you feel in terms of bringing in, yourself, the Mitchell twins from Maryland, Malik Martin from Charlotte? How does that make you feel seeing those guys?
It makes me feel really good. I just know, like people are doubting, like just because not the like big names and nobody like everybody doesn't know who they are. I feel like that gives them more to prove. So I feel like they're coming in with a chip on their shoulder, and everybody's going to buy in and going to win way more games than expected. So I feel like that really makes me way more excited and like ready to get there and work with them, because I'm one of those players too. So like, I feel like it's going to work out.
Yeah. It's sort of absolutely common bond right from the jump, and you haven't even all gotten together yet. So
exactly.
What's your plan if things relax in terms of the public health situation? When would you like to get the campus by if you can?
Early as possible.
Yep.
I'm ready to get to work now. I wish I could be there right now.
Yeah.
I really do. But I mean, as soon as they open up, I'm going to school.
That's great. Let's do this one. It's kind of fun. For Rhode Island fans, what's one word you would use to sum up your game? If you had to sum up your game in one word, what is it?
I would go with dog. Like I'm a
All
dog,
right.
so like that's my game. Like, yeah.
All right. That's great. I mean, hey, if that's just because the word was thrown out there already doesn't mean it doesn't sum you up. So that's awesome. And then, I also just want to ask you anything else that you think would be kind of cool for Rhode Island fans to know about you. About what makes you tick.
My favorite rapper is Rhody.
All right.
I would say that.
All right. See, this is good. This is good.
If I'm walking around, I'm listening to Rhody.
All right. So if they see you on campus, if you're walking up the hill or down the hill, that's probably what you're listening to. You get the buds in. Nice.
Rhody.
All right.
Yep.
Good deal. Well, Trace, thanks a lot for taking some time to speak with me tonight. I think this would be great. Give Rhode Island fans and the entire Rhody Nation a feel, again, for what you're about, your background, what motivates you, and what you're going to bring to the table in Kingston, this coming year and years beyond. So I wish you the best of luck and stay healthy. Thanks for taking some time to be with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We'll do it again, much more throughout your time in Kingston for sure.
Yes, sir. Go Rams.